Hey guys, it's Jacques Hartman here with a new and improved Trust Equals Action Walkthrough Motley Full Stock Advisor edition for their sales page that you see here. Now I'm going to tell you why it's improved, and it's improved because instead of doing what I did last time, the last two videos, which is I just went into the sales page or the landing page and I just went into it blind and told you what pieces are desire, implied promise, how to improve it a little bit, and I thought, how do I make the video more valuable while still showing you real-world examples of the different variables that affect trust? And so what I did is I annotated everything, I color-coded the paragraphs or a sentence, and if there's a box around it, depending on the color of the box, so let's say it's yellow, that means it's implied promise, red is desire, beliefs blue, black means the trust scale tipped, and purple means it could be improved, because why not improve it, you know? If it can be, you should do it. Make more sales. Anyway, so I'm going to give you guys this PDF for free at jacqueshartman.com/resources. That's where you can get it. And then this video, instead of walking you through all this, I'm just going to focus on where the trust scale tipped, tell you why it tipped, how to fix it, and I'm going to go through how to improve the copy in general. So just because this isn't your copy doesn't mean you're not going to get anything out of this video. You're going to find out, you're going to get a better feel of where the trust scale tips, either because they're starting to think this smells like BS, I'm out of here, or they're getting bored, there's nothing in it for me, I'm out of here as well. So I'm gonna show you why that happens, and by watching this video you're also gonna get some tips on how to improve copy in general to make it more persuasive, and by the end of this you will have the power to make more sales from your sales copy. I'll promise you that. Okay. Oh, by the way, if you haven't downloaded the book yet, if you haven't read it yet, you can find that at jacqueshartman.com/resources. It's not necessary to get value out of this video, but it is if you're going to download the PDF and study it, because it tells you, the book tells you exactly what pieces make this up and how to increase it in other ways too. So go ahead and download that if you haven't already. And for everyone else, let us get started, shall we? Alright, my friends, here is the new layout we got on the left side, benefit/desire element here. And we've got on the right side, improvements to be made. See video for details, which you're watching right now. So this is what I'm going to be talking about. The improvements to be made. We're starting off with an acquaintance trust scale, probably. I'm not too sure because I don't work for Motley Fool. And it might be a friend, which means that belief would be down and desire would be up. And that doesn't mean that they have less belief, right? That doesn't mean you can't stack up belief. It just means you're free to use more of a direct promise in your headline without tipping this over at the beginning. Right? But just don't want to make that clear. Okay. So here's the color code. Explained that earlier. I did not explain this, or I didn't underline this with a black trust scale tipped thing, but this should be changed because I see what they're trying to do. Why are hundreds of thousands of investors spending their money on advice from Motley Fool Stock Advisor? It's almost like the old headline that was really successful. It was something like, over 100,000 business owners pay for the most expensive magazine in the world. Why? But the reason that worked is because they explained why. Right? There was enough curiosity there to get them sucked into this, and then this just asks the question. So and then it goes straight into, you've probably been hearing a lot about the Motley Fool. After all, our newsletter services are in the top 3 spots, blah, 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 blah. So this doesn't connect well. What I would do is change it to, let's see. I would change it to, because they make much more with advice from Motley Fool, and then go straight into a testimonial, because that's a pretty big promise. So it would be, because the money they spend on Motley Fool is nothing compared to the returns they get over the next couple of years, and then into a testimonial. Or you could just change this to getting or relying on advice from Motley Fool Stock Advisor. See what I'm saying? Because since they have a very low amount of desire here, and this is all belief with a very small amount of implied benefit, that means that belief is getting stacked up, but there's not enough desire for them to keep reading. So the trust scale tips here, and it would actually be on the verge of tipping, but then this tips it because it's so slow. You can say all of this in like one sentence. You could just say, below are common questions from members and investors like you who are looking for better results with their investments by using proven strategies like those from the Motley Fool Stock Advisor. But instead they said, we wanted to take a moment and answer some of the most common questions we've received so you can decide for yourself if our award-winning stock advisor service is worth checking out. We know you're busy, so let's jump right into the details. This doesn't add anything at all. No belief, no desire, nothing. By the way, these are actual questions from members and investors just like you who know they wanted to get better results with their investing and were committed to seeking results by using proven strategies. So you can combine these two sentences into one, or these two parts of the sentence into one part, and then you can just you can say all of this in one sentence, the sentence that I told you about earlier, which I'm not going to say again because I want to keep this video as short as possible. So if you want to hear it, go back like 30 seconds or a minute. Okay, next. First and foremost, you get access to our top team of investors and all their best investment thinking. So this is also slow progression, low desire. If they didn't get it tipped here, then it's definitely going to be tipped here, because this is trying to add desire. This would technically be an implied promise, right? Which means it adds benefit, or it adds a benefit or a solution without directly stating it. So it adds belief and desire. But you could also say this in a much more powerful way by saying something like, well, first of all, getting rid of and foremost, the more words you have, the more of a chance they're going to get bored. You want to say everything as concisely as possible for the most punch. You could say, first, you'll get access to our top team of investors who will give you 2 new stock recommendations each and every month via email. For each pick, you'll get a step-by-step analysis on why you may want to add the stock to your portfolio and be notified of any potential risks. So, by the way, any potential risks is I purposefully said any, because that means that it might happen, but it might not happen. As in, there might be risks, but there also might not be risks, right? So, by saying that instead of saying there will be, as well as the, which means there will be, it just increases desire more. There's another little nice tip for you. Okay. Plus, this is awkward. They should just say special bonus reports. Bonus special reports sounds weird. And it's a shame that this isn't an implied promise. Because this could all be an implied promise, and then you could stack up a lot more desire because you'd stack up a lot more belief too. So let me give you an example. If they said, special bonus reports on the hottest hidden trends before they break out. These special reports have been responsible for getting our members results like these. Like these. Instead of saying, here's just a taste of some of the successes from our scorecard that you can expect the moment you become a member. See how it's just unnecessarily long, and by saying you can expect, by saying you can expect, that increases the amount of desire on the trust scale, and then it doesn't have the belief to back it up, right? Versus if you just said our members had results like these, then you increase the desire as well as the benefit, and it's just a lot more powerful. And just not saying shows you could just say by eliminating shows you can say, you can imply another benefit on top of this, which you otherwise wouldn't be able to if you directly stated the promise like they are here, by saying special bonus reports on the hottest hidden trends before they break out. You see how that has more belief and desire stacked up in one sentence than just pure desire here? The more videos you watch, the more this is going to make sense. But this is the most predictable way to get response. Trust me, seriously, if you just watch some more videos and this will all make sense if it's not making sense to you already. Okay. Can reduce perceived cost of amount of times losses happen by changing the sentence. Oh, okay. So, the truth is that loss happens. This is saying that it always happens. If you just say the truth is that loss can happen, then that means it doesn't always happen, which increases desire, right? So that's just a better way to say a sentence without lying. And by the way, if you think that's like manipulation or whatever, then I don't know what to say, because it's just commanding the English language, right? It's just using the English language to your advantage, and the more you can get people, assuming the stock advisor actually helps people make money in stocks and keeps them from losing their retirement or whatever, then you want to make sure that you use everything in your arsenal to get them to buy. So, I mean, you can think of it as manipulation, but I think of it as shame on you if you don't use everything in your power to convince people to do something that you know is good for them and will keep them from pain. Anyway, that is my rant for today. Okay, here's just a little tip. If you eliminate the period here and you add a dash, then you keep people from stopping reading right here. Because if you say something this negative that people don't like to hear before backing it up with this, which makes this statement make more sense, because if the world's best investors pick the occasional dud, then it's inevitable. But if you just say, the truth is that loss happens, keep a period there, a period allows them to stop reading. If you put a dash, they keep reading and they understand why, which backs up this statement and then makes them more likely to keep reading here. So, connection could be improved. What did I mean by that? Oh yeah, by saying that strategy down here, they didn't mention it anywhere in here. So the connection wasn't as good, right? I mean, there was no connection. How are they gonna know if this was all a strategy? Pause the video, read this, and then see where you would add the word strategy, or how you would tie it in to make the connection more improved. Okay, I'm gonna tell you how right now. So, if you just said, hold on, I wrote some notes. I'm more prepared this time. Here we go. Aha! If you said, they just don't panic because they have a strategy. That's it. That's all you have to do. And then eliminate this because and they play it smart doesn't add anything. No desire, no belief. Any sentence that doesn't add desire or belief should be eliminated. Unless it's a transition sentence, but you can transition from this sentence to this just by putting an and in front of this sentence. You know? So, okay. So by saying they just don't panic because they have a strategy, then they get into what the strategy is, and then they say that strategy has helped hundreds of thousands of investors build lasting wealth without fear. That just makes the connection clear. Because as I was reading this, I had no idea that they were talking about a strategy, right? So, okay. That will help build belief, by the way, and keep your reader from getting confused. A confused reader is not good. You do not want a confused reader. Next, this can all, I want you to tell me if I'm wrong here, but this can all, even this can all be summed up into one sentence. Because this is just it's trying to add belief by relating, we understand you, we know you, right? But it's just really weak. It would be better if they summed all of this up into, and it has gotten Motley Fool members like Mark and Bob great results. Check it out. So you can even link that even links with the strategy that you talk about here. So imagine, instead of all this, after this sentence, that strategy has helped hundreds of thousands of investors build lasting wealth without fear. Imagine that it said, right after this sentence, and it has gotten Motley Fool members like Mark and Bob great results. Check it out. Do you see how it's all connecting? And then it goes into Mark. Here's Mark, cool guy, Bob A, and Linda, which for some reason they decided to leave Linda out of the results that Mark and Bob were getting, but I digress. Okay. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, email me, jacques@jacqueshartman.com, TJARK. That's how you spell Jacques. Okay, moving on. Sentences could be combined for more impact. Desire could be increased. First of all, I'm going to point out this. This is a yes or no question. Now it's clear what we're doing works, isn't it? No, it is not clear. Like, what if somebody didn't believe this? You know, then they would say no. And that's just unnecessary. You wanted to get them nodding yes. So what I would put here, because this can also be, investing riches don't magically appear overnight, but if you're serious about your financial future and want to commit to building your lasting wealth, they could connect this with Motley Fool by saying something like, investing riches don't magically appear overnight, but with the Motley Fool they can happen over time with smart investing using our strategy. So tying into that strategy thing again. So I think where this whole sales page could use an improvement is by making it doesn't have an underlying theme that connects everything. I think that's where the biggest improvement could be. Anyway, so I would eliminate this, and then all of this I would change to, now, even though what we do clearly works, it's still not a magic formula. Those don't exist. Instead, we find fantastic companies and hold them for the long haul in order to safely build up returns which, over time, add up to quite a large gain. So if you listen to that sentence again, you're going to catch a couple things. You're going to catch that it's just an implied benefit, an implied promise. It adds a bunch of desire, and it also adds belief, because by saying it's not a magic formula like they did, it adds a whole ton of belief. It's like what Ben Settle does. If you're on his email list, he's a real polarizing, reverse selling type of person. He's awesome, by the way. And he tries to get people who are looking for a quick fix or a magic formula. He tries to repel those people, which actually attracts them more to him and attracts other people who aren't looking for a magic formula, attracts them even more to him. So by saying this, they are essentially repelling the people that they don't want, and attracting the people that they do want. But by saying, instead of saying, if you're looking for a magic formula or a quick fix, the Motley Fool investing newsletter services are not for you. If you say, now, even though what we do clearly works, it's still not a magic formula, those don't exist, you tie in that, okay, so what we're doing works, it's not a magic formula because they don't exist, so don't go looking for those, right? Even though you don't want people that are looking for a magic formula, that still adds some belief. It gets people who aren't looking for a magic formula to get their head nodding. Yes, I agree. Moving on. Let's see how much more we got, huh? Okay, this isn't much, by the way. It's just pretty straightforward. So, here we go. On to this one. Big promise, poor reason why. This is the one that disappointed me, to be honest. It started off good by saying lots of people that spin their wheels, collecting information, joining groups, and running in place. But you can do that your whole life and never actually get anywhere. We don't want to be part of that endless cycle. So they're trying to increase the cost of doing nothing, which decreases the perceived cost, because it's an inverse relationship. If that's confusing, don't worry. Just think it reduces perceived cost. Or you can just think of it as this increases desire by getting people to want to act now. So those are a couple ways to think of it. So they screw up here. See if you can see why. So unless you're ready to step up and try to change your life by making brilliant investment decisions, we'd encourage you to pass on this opportunity so it can be claimed by someone who's ready to transform his or her life as a result of the investing advice we offer. What's wrong with that? Well, the fact that it doesn't make any sense. Why? What, is there a limit to the amount of people that can sign up? Can only 10 people sign up? Can only 100? Can only 100 at a time be members? So if there was something like that, this would make sense. But right now, it's just attempting to get people to act, but it doesn't have a good reason why. And so it's this actually decreases belief. So it's trying to increase desire, and at the same time, it's decreasing belief, which tips the trust scale over. So I don't know why they did this, because they can connect not wanting them to spin their wheels to their full 30-day membership refund by just saying something like, that's why we encourage you to act now. The faster you take action, the faster you'll get results. Thinking about it will get you nowhere. And to help you out, we're going to give you, or to encourage you, we're going to give you a complete refund on your 30-day membership, so you can essentially test drive the Motley Fool stock advisor for 30 days. If you aren't 100% happy with us, you get a prompt refund of every penny. So you tie that into not wanting to let them spin their wheels, instead of using this poor reason why. And then that'll increase desire while increasing belief by showing the reason why, right? Okay. By the way, you don't want to use fee here. They say fee refund, but by saying it's a fee, you're reminding them that they have to spend money and that there's a fee. So just don't use words that imply work or them paying unless you have to. And it's not like this is gonna make or break it. It's not gonna increase conversions 100% by eliminating this, but it'll increase it a bit, maybe like 1% or 0.1%. I don't know. But when you're as big as they are, 0.1% could be a lot. Alright, next. Here. So this is a weak promise, and these would be better as bullets. Let me get into the bullets first. Here, check it out. I don't know why, but they forgot. I think they might have just forgotten to put bullets. But that would definitely help for readability. And then with what I'm about to show you for the headline, it just lets it flow right into the bullets. And then I would also bold every other bullet for readability too. So this is a weak promise, the headline, because, well, let me read it first. Okay. You are only one step away from joining the world's best investment community and enjoying these benefits and more. I'm sure you can agree that this sounds very cheesy. Very, very cheesy. And it's not only cheesy, but I think what they're trying to do, I'm gonna stop this accent. I think what they're trying to do is having them feel like they're about to join a community, or that they're going to be part of a tribe, and having that, tribe feeling is really powerful. Being in the in-group, I'm sure there's some sort of psychological term for it, but I don't know it. I just know that that is a fact. If you get someone to feel like they're part of a group, that they're labeled as, in this case, members of Motley Fool Stock Advisor, and that gives them some sort of prestige or some sort of social stature, then that will increase their desire. They want to be in that crowd. but this isn't doing a good job of that, and I don't know why there's a way to restructure this to make it flow into the bullets so that after they read the headline, they literally have to at least read the first bullet. And then if you eliminate the dot, the period at the end of the bullet, then they're going to perpetually go down. I mean, it's not going to guarantee it because they are broken up by spaces, but you want to eliminate periods where you can. So let me tell you what I would change this headline to. Let me wing it. Okay, here we go. I'm thinking. Okay, I got one. As soon as you join our community, you will officially be in the world's best, among the world's best investors, and enjoying benefits like. That was horrible. I butchered that. I'm gonna keep that in because it's proof that I winged it. I'm gonna try that again. Here we go. Once you become a member, you'll officially be part of the world's best investment community, mingling with the top investors today, and enjoying benefits like. Okay, that was better. Anyway, after the like, there would be 3 dots. So there would be 3 dots, which then automatically makes them have to read this because it leaves an open loop, right? The sentence isn't done. There's 3 dots. There is more to be seen. And these bullets are what remains. So they'll probably read this one, at least. Okay, let's see. I think that's it. If you want to join Motley Fool Stock Advisor, go ahead. Hop on over to thefool.com or fool.com. I don't know which one it is. Anyway. Okay. That's it. If you like this video, you want some more tips, head on over to jacqueshartman.com. And if you like this video, please share it on social media because it really helps me out a lot. And also let me know if you like this format better, or if there's anything I can improve, or what you didn't like, or what you liked. Just shoot me an email, jacques@jacqueshartman.com. Jacques is spelled like this, T-J-A-R-K. And if you want the book, if for some reason you are watching this right now, at the end, you scroll to the end, then go and download my book. Go to jacqueshartman.com, click on the widget thing, and download the book. Read it, and then come back and watch these videos because they're awesome and they're going to make you a lot of money in the future. Going to improve your copy. It's going to be nice. Going to be a good future. Okay, that's all I got. I'll talk to you guys soon.